Welcome back to my channel. My name is Luigi the Genie, and this is actually a request that I'm making for. The name is Kiki Polly. The request says, hey, can you do a beat breakdown? There's something special about the old school R&B groove in the drums. Now let's make it hit a little bit, run about 5 maybe. All right, 5 punches is fine. Okay, so that's this right here. Okay, I like that. Now let's go see what we did to the drums. So for the drums, all I did was compress it a little bit, and I'm using a preset, so I'm not doing anything crazy. So if I were to kill the dynamics from the drums, turn the speakers off because it might hurt your speakers. See? Doesn't sound that good. I don't like it at all. But if I remove it, so we're going to add the compression to it. Much better. It's better controlled. Alright, so the second part, the clap. That's this right here. Okay, I like that. Now let's go see what we did to the drums. So for the drums, all I did was compress it a little bit, and I'm using a preset, so I'm not doing anything crazy. So if I were to kill the dynamics from the drums, turn the speakers off because it might hurt your speakers. See? Doesn't sound that good. I don't like it at all. But if I remove it, so we're going to add the compression to it. Much better. It's better controlled. Alright, so the second part, the clap, which is this one. I like that. I like that so far. Maybe a little bit down. So the volume is a negative 25.8. So let's go down to, yeah, right about there. Let's see. Okay, so what's on it? So I have the optic compressor from Brainworks, and then on top of that, I added, I had to shape it a little bit. It's a little bit complicated, but this is basically your EQ, it's dynamic processing. So we'll leave this alone for a minute. We'll come back. This one. We're gonna start here. Look at the pattern here. I have it like about 68% to the leftish, and then 100% to the left. So it's kind of 1 1/4-ish. Look at that. There's no dynamics on it at all, as is, because it's sharpening up. I like the sound of that. Now let's go see how we got to this point. Alright, so if you notice, I have 2 levels. Right? One is not affected, the other one is. So I have, another EQ on it. Again, that's a whole nother tutorial. All right, but I have that, and then I have my EQ on it, as you can see. No mid-range, no top end, no, just top end to match the hi-hat. All right, now let's go with the drums. That's very nice. Let's color that. Let's give that a yellow. Oh, it didn't show. All right, or purple. The other yellow. All right, so let's go to the right. I have this left and right. So we do the left first. Well, first we got to see it. Okay, this is that right here. We're going to start there. And we're going to push this up. Let's see. Do you hear it in your left speaker? Or left headphones, earphones, earbuds? Okay, we're going to balance it out with this one. But we're going to pull it down a little bit this way. Okay, so we're going to color that as well. Okay. What was the next instrument? Percussion? Oh, this one. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and then we're going to go to the piano, because I have the piano. I can't sing. All right, so here we go. Well, let me loop it. This is how you loop. So over here, you come over to the player here, right click, and then you hit loop right here. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one, which is bass. Watch it. Actually, I forgot to let you know, for the percussion, as you can see, all the rides, all the percussion, there's just simply no effect at all. I use them raw. And then on the pad, there's nothing there either. But on the bass, I had to do something different. This is a little bit more advanced, but I'll show it to you anyway. All right, so on the bass, I'm going to solo it for you, and then I'm turning it up a little bit. Okay, this compression is harsh. It is. I'm squeezing the crap out of this because look at the needle. It's wild. Okay. And then I use a different kind of EQ. That's the Moog. It's a classic EQ. as you can see, I have the treble turned up all the way to about 2 decibels. So if I balance it out with a track, what will happen? And then over here you have what I call, actually let's just go to the next one here, which is this one. I call it ancient. I don't know why I call it ancient, but it sounds like that. So listen. So it's a nice underlaying vibe that just kind of sits there, old schoolish. And then I have this on top of that, which is this. Let's see what effect I use on this one. Just the delay. Well, there you go. Just a classic delay on it. On the second one, there's nothing on it. So let's color the bass. Oops. Doesn't matter. And then we're gonna go to light, and then let's play that. Now that's a vibe. Let's go see what we put on that. Nothing. And then we're gonna go to the last instrumentation, and let's see what this is. Okay, so now let's go to the vocals. The vocals, one more thing I got to do. I forgot to show you guys this right here. So these are the instruments that I used for this whole thing. So just so you can get into my world. And I use this because this is really old. Oh, why is this not working? Abort. Oh, there you go. All right, so I use this because this is battery, old school battery for my drums, and then I use this one, pigment, and then I use sphere. There you go, and omnisphere. So those are the three instruments I used. All right, now let's go to the mastering out. As I always start with my compression, ever so slightly. I'll go to the preset here, and I choose the glue, and then adjust as needed, right? Sometimes I go between 2.0 volume to 5.0. It just depends on what I'm doing. And then my staple is my saturator. It just gives you a whole lot more depth. All right. And then this time around, I'm using ozone, and I bumped up the mid-range and sloped down what's called a high pass, sloped down the bottom end. So if you click on that, you can read that I boosted the frequency for 591 hertz by 0.5 decibels, and my Q curve is really flat. It's like a wide spectrum. And then I go to the next frequency. You can see it's 2000 hertz, but I didn't really touch that. But I did increase the Q curve to 2.0. And then for my high end, I'm going in at 72 hertz at 0.19 decibels. And my Q curve is 2.0, which is basically flat. All right. And so let's turn them all on, and then we'll go. You might want to turn your speakers down because it's going to be a whole lot louder now. See how much better it sounds? So at the end of the tutorial, I'll come in and turn this master on. At that time, you have to turn your speakers down. All right, let's go to the vocals, and I'm going to surprise you with this one. Because when I first did the song, I did it as a remix. Then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to write something new to it. And I did. I used AI to help me write the whole thing as an experiment. And this is what AI did. This is crazy. Watch. So we're going to go all the way to the top, and I'm going to start from here. The volume might be a little bit jacked, so we're going to have to fix the volume for right now. But
tell me how you feel now. You've been in my world, no way out. Falling deep, I see it in your eyes. You ain't never felt this high. Time to recognize what you got. Don't fight it. Heart is on the line. You can't hide, deny it. Every touch of mine sets you off like lightning. Boy, you know it's frightening. I put my spell on you. Now you're lost in the magic too. Don't resist, don't pull away. You know I wanna stay. I put my spell on you. Baby, we ain't playing fair. Wrapped around my love, unaware. Left, right, pull you back.
it's crazy, isn't it? Now, I haven't arranged the entire song to match or be like smack on, but the syncopation and the beat, everything is just perfect. I just did a little bit more arranging. I'll do that later. But when you listen to the end, I want you to come back to the end of the song, and I would have finished it, and you will hear the entire song.
Ooh yeah, yeah. Tell me how you feel now. You've been in my world, no way out. Falling deep, I see it in your eyes. You ain't never felt this high. Time to recognize what you got. Don't fight it. Heart is on the line. You can't hide, deny it. Every touch of mine sets you off like lightning. Boy, you know it's frightening. I put my spell on you. Now you're lost in the magic too. Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you. Baby, we
That's just crazy to me, dude. That's just crazy to me, man. All right, man. Thank you so much for coming back and listening to my vibe. I will see you in the next video. I'm going to make another video just like this. And we're going to use AI vocals. And you wouldn't even know until the very end when I tell you. You're going to be like, was it AI or was it another singer? So I'm going to mess your head up. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. All right. Peace out. Okay, so to clean up the bottom end and to make sure that it's all the frequencies are compliant and they're all equal and balanced, here's what I did. All right, I have this, remember I told you at the very beginning, I had a 2.0. Sometimes I would go up to 5.0, just depends on what I need, all right? And then over here, you have the saturation, and then you have the dynamic EQ. I'll show you what I did here, but I'll come back to this one. And then you have a mastering chain here, right? Mastering plugin. And then here's how we determine how loud it's going to be. So typically, if you play like a track or you play a Chris Brown track, you see it picking at roughly about -9. Beyonce pushes it up to -7, which is too loud as far as I'm concerned, because when you send this out to Spotify or Netflix, it depends on, again, it depends on your output or it depends on who you're sending the music to. If they demand a certain level, then you want to come here and then add this to the bottom of your chain right there. All right, but this is how you determine how all the frequencies gel together. You can see the lines. So let's start here. All right, so first, actually, let me show you this. Let's pull this up. So we're going to pull this right alongside of it. All right, so right now it's not playing. So if I play this, let's see how loud it is.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you.
Obviously, it's not loud enough at all. It's a -25. We need to push it up to -9. So to do that, we have to balance a few things first, because the more bass there is in your song, the more distortion you have when you push it all the way up, right? Because I'm not using a clipper. That's a different tutorial. But here's what we're going to do here, right? So we're going to pull up the ozone total balance control. Right? Now, watch what I did. So I'm going to pull this up. Pull it all the way over to the side. And then I'm going to pull up the ozone EQ right next to it. Here we go. Okay. So here's the trick, right? So once I did that, I'll go over here and select a source. And I chain the dynamic EQ to this. So now you have the spectrum right here, and then you still have tonal balance sliders right here. All right, so let me kill this first. Then I'll tell you what I did here. All right. So let's kill that. So we're going to play the track.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you. Baby, we ain't playing fair. Wrapped around.
All right, so what you want your lines to be inside of these parameters, right? For the bottom end, as you see, I chained everything together, which I already explained earlier. So now we're going to go to the volume, which as of right now is at 4.5. So here I don't want to touch, but we are going to go to the compressor and then bring that up a little bit. So let's go. Let's see what happens here when you go to 5.0 and then play.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you. Baby, we ain't playing fair. Wrapped around my love, unaware. Left, right, pull you back inside. Now you're drowning in the tide.
Okay, and then I will pull the vocals down a little bit, just a tad bit. Right now it's at 21, -21. Bring it down to about 2 decibels. So minus 23.4. There. All right, let's play it.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you.
Okay, let's go to the bass channel. Bring the bass down a little bit. All right, let's bring that down by, say, roughly 2 decibels. Let's see what happens.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay.
Okay, and then pull the kick down a little bit by another 2 decibels. So that's 9.1 negative. Sorry, that's wrong. 10. Sorry, 14. The other way. 14.1. Right there.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you. Baby, we ain't playing fair. Wrapped around my love, unaware. Left, right, pull you back inside. Now you're drowning in the tide. Time to recognize what you got. Don't fight it. Heart is on the line. You can't hide, deny it. Every touch of mine sets you off like lightning. Boy, you know it's frightening. I put my spell on you. Oh yeah. Now you're lost in the magic too. Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you. Oh, don't take too long.
Okay, sounds very good. All right, now let's go back, and then we're going to do an overall shift. We're going to go from there all the way here, and then we're going to do a group. All right, we're going to go Command J, and we're going to name this music. Actually, now let's just name it mix. Oops. All right. So now we can pull the whole mix up. Where's the, and then let's just go over here. All right. So now watch.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay.
So I'm going to show you what I did. So I grouped all of them together. So when I move the entire thing, it goes all the way up. We go back. So we just want to move it up about maybe 2 decibels. So let's use the, what's the parameter to use here? Okay, so let's use 36. So we're going to go up to negative 34. Okay, let's play it.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you.
All right, we're going to have to go up a little bit more. We have a lot of headroom because the loudest instrument here is a negative 11. So we can go up to 0 if we wanted to. But we're going to keep it here, 34 right here. We're going to go up by, let's go to 30. That's the flaw in Pro Tools. No, I wouldn't say that.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay.
Okay, a little bit more. Let's go up to 25. Okay.
Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you. Baby, we ain't playing fair. Wrapped around my love, unaware. Left, pull you back inside. Now you're drowning in the tide. Time to recognize what you got. Don't fight it. Heart is on the line. You can't hide, deny it. Every touch of mine sets you off like lightning. Boy, you know it's frightening. I put my spell on you. Oh yeah. Now you're lost in the magic too. Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you. Oh, don't take too long. Boy, you know you're mine, yeah, you belong.
Okay, so let's go to the top now.
spell on you. Now you're lost in the magic too. Don't resist, don't pull away. You know you wanna stay. I put my spell on you. Baby, we ain't playing fair. Wrapped around my love, unaware.
All right, so that's your rough mix, but that's how you get to that point. All right, the mix is done. Let's go ahead and edit this.